All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on the world of online day trading. We're going to deconstruct how these gurus and their communities really operate by stepping right inside a live stream session from the moment it kicks off. You know those ads you see everywhere for trading gurus? Have you ever actually wondered what goes on inside? What happens behind the paywall when the markets are live and real money's on the line? Well, today we're finding out. We are jumping right into one of their morning briefs to see exactly how this whole thing works, from the secret lingo all the way to the sales pitch.
So the day doesn't start with a big, flashy trade like you might think. No, it begins with a ritual. It's all about setting the stage and understanding the battlefield before a single dollar gets risked.
Okay, picture this. It's Monday morning, just after 9 a.m. Eastern. The lead analyst starts the stream, and traders from all over the world are logging in. And the very first thing they talk about? The news. And they frame the week with this kind of weather forecast. It's really interesting. They're not just looking at data points. They label Monday and Tuesday as smooth days, but then look at the rest of the week. Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday are all hurricanes. Why? Because of major economic news, especially a big speech from the Fed chair. This language immediately tells everyone, get ready for some serious volatility. So once they've got the week's weather mapped out, the conversation switches gears, and it gets dense fast. To be in this club, you have to speak the language. And honestly, to an outsider, it's a code that feels almost impossible to crack. Imagine you just paid to join, and this is the first thing you hear. Prices opening near S2, high to go low is still the plan. You'd be thinking, what? What in the world is S2? What does high to go low even mean? This isn't just market talk, it's a very specific language for their system. So let's decode that. What does S2 actually mean? Well, S stands for support, and R stands for resistance. The easiest way to think about them is like invisible floors and ceilings for the market. Support levels like S1 and S2 are the floors where the price is likely to bounce back up. Resistance levels are the ceilings where it's likely to get pushed back down. Their entire plan for the day is built around these zones. But let's be real here. This isn't just some friendly trading club. It's a business. And a huge part of this live stream is actually spent getting the new students, the people who just paid to be there, up to speed. This orientation is fascinating because it gives new members a brand new 5-part identity. Number 1, you're a day trader. 2, you trade futures. 3, you use this specific software. 4, you use their proprietary algorithm. And 5, and this is crucial, you start with a funded account, not your own cash. They're not just selling a strategy. They're selling you a whole system in a box. Now, they focus on futures trading, which it's complicated. You're not buying a piece of Apple stock here. You're basically making a bet on the future price of a contract. You don't own any tangible asset, which is why a lot of people say it feels a lot like gambling. So how do you explain that to a total beginner? They use this really powerful analogy from real estate. They say, imagine you're buying a condo that hasn't been built yet. You put down a small deposit on a contract to buy the $500,000 place in a few years. But you don't wait for it to be built. A few months go by, the property value shoots up, and you sell the contract itself for a quick profit. That's an assignment sale, and that is exactly how they explain futures trading. But here's the twist. They make it crystal clear that knowing the lingo, the software, the whole system, that's actually the easy part. The real challenge, the real battle, is psychological. It's a war you fight inside your own head. And to really hammer this point home, the instructor drops a bomb. He tells all the new recruits that 97% of traders lose money. The message couldn't be clearer. If you don't have our system and our discipline, the odds are overwhelmingly stacked against you. It frames their program as a must-have for survival. And this really gets to the core of it. The instructor is brutally honest about the temptation. The fast-moving charts, the promise of quick money, it's all designed to be addictive. He says the absolute hardest part of this job is just sitting on your hands and not clicking that button, waiting for the system to give you the green light. So ultimately, the entire training boils down to this one choice. You can be one of two people. Are you the disciplined trader
who literally gets paid to wait patiently and just follow the rules? Or are you the gambler who acts on gut feelings, who thinks they know what the market's going to do, and who does revenge trading to chase their losses? That, they say, is a complete recipe for disaster.
So what is the actual path they're selling? How does a brand new student who knows nothing, supposedly, get to the point where they're trading with a company's capital? Well, it's a very, very structured journey. Their business model really hinges on this three-step path. First, you spend 2 weeks on a demo account, just practicing with fake money. Then you pay a really small fee, like $15 or $25, to take a test. They give you a simulated $50,000 account and say, okay, make $3,000 in profit within a month. If you can do that, if you pass the test, you get to trade with a real account funded by a firm. You keep a cut of the profits without ever having to risk your own life savings.
And that leaves us with the million-dollar question, doesn't it? They sell a complete end-to-end system. The secret language, the proprietary software, the mental discipline, and a very clear path forward. But in a game where 97% of people lose, you have to ask, where does a repeatable, winning system end? And where does a really well-packaged, high-stakes game